Do you ever struggle to set goals in your business? And maybe even in your life? Like, what are you striving for? What are you working toward? Is this always something that discourages you when you set a goal because you ordinarily don't fulfill it? I have been there. And I used to say that SMART goals were good, and they are. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-based. And now, creating goals are perfect for that, okay? But if we aren't really being true with ourselves on whether or not we can achieve those, they're even realistic, right? We have to know ourselves in order to know that. And that's why a lot of people fall flat on their goals. It's not because they're setting the goals wrong necessarily. It's that they aren't as in tune with themselves as they wish they were, or as they should be. Now, I am not calling anyone out, but if you feel called out, I encourage you to continue listening. I am here as a no judgment person because I have been there. I have failed more times than I can count. And you know what? I still stood back up and I stood up stronger. And so I believe that a lot of us actually learn through failure or trial and error at the very least. And so today I want to talk to you about how I create the goals and then the action steps behind them. So I create 3 goals in my life every single month. And they are 3 goals that are absolutely achievable for me in that time frame. But I also have to take into account, what season of life am I in? What activities do I have coming up? What is the workload for my children? Like, am I going to be out of state or out of town? Or like, what are the commitments on anyone in my family? You have to take into account those things. So something that you could achieve in a January, you might not be able to achieve in July because they're completely different types of seasons ordinarily for people. So make sure we're setting the goals that actually make sense for that month. And that's why I reevaluate goals every single month. And these are the 3 types of goals that I set as an ADHD entrepreneur, okay? So I always set my number one goal is always the foundation goal. What is an income producing goal that I have, that I can set for myself to meet a financial goal that I have in my business? So what is an income producing goal? For example, it could be to secure clients. It could be to secure something for a membership. It could be to sell a course. It could be, sell out an event, whatever that looks like to you. And now goals 2 and 3 go off of that main goal because our main goal is to bring in an income with our business, right? And so the second goal is always going to be a relationship goal. Now, this could be a relationship goal in your personal life or your business life, or sometimes a mix, right? So it could be one of those. And so is this like a networking goal? Like, do you need to network with more people? Do you need to follow up with leads more often? Do you need to really look down and nurture your people that you have already in your programs? What type of relationship building tool do you need to implement this month? What goal do you need to create to be able to do this? And which one is going to get you to whatever your number one goal was? Do you see it? So we have an income producing for goal number 1, then we have relationship building for goal number 2, whether that be for personal, professional, or a mixture, right? Whatever is going to help with goal number 1, which is the income producing goal. So then we have number 3. And because if we don't incorporate our personal life with our business, it's just a hot mess. We cannot just fully focus on our business if our personal life isn't going so well. So every month I create the 3rd goal to be something that is personal. What is preventing me from achieving goals 1 and 2 more easily, more simply? Is it maybe that my office is a hot mess? Is it maybe that I have piles of laundry everywhere? Is it maybe because the dishes are backed up? Is it maybe because you just don't have the time because kids are running all over the place? Now we can brainstorm, what is that personal goal that will help us get to achieving goals 1 and 2? And that's going to be the personal one that we work on for that month. It's not going to be like I need to catch up on all the things. Okay, it's what is being intentional with your time and being intentional with what you honestly want from your results, and is it attainable given the time and effort, space that you have, whether that be mentally, physically, emotionally, all of those things. So those are the 3 goals that I set every single month at the beginning of the month, so that way I am setting myself up for success for that month. I even take it a step further and I create 5 action steps for each of these goals. Now that doesn't mean that it's 5 itty bitty steps. Okay, that doesn't mean that there's literally only 5 and I'm going to hit my goal. It means these are the 5 needle moving steps that I believe that I can do to be able to hit that goal. by the end of the month. So some of these needle moving steps include a lot of subtasks, right? Little bitty, itty bitty things inside of it. So sometimes we have to break them down even more, but that's where having a planning system comes in handy. And if you have not tried out my planning system that I absolutely love for my ADHD brain, you need to check out Sunsama. And you can go out, and I have that linked below too. You can get a 14-day trial and try it out. If you have any questions, I also have some trainings on it, so you don't have to go at this alone. Just go ahead and comment that below as well. I want you to get the best out of that 14-day trial to see if it really is for you. And if it's not, no harm, no foul. Like, it's okay, because I am here to serve you in the best way possible. So I use Sunsama to completely map out my entire month, essentially, but I do it a week at a time. But it's the one that reminds me all the things and keeps it all integrated, right? That's my electronic planner. But I do plan out my month for what I'm going to be talking about and kind of having a brain dump session in my monthly planner, which you have access to if you're a part of the Hyperfocus Treehouse, which is my group mentorship program, which we dig deep into monthly planning every single month. We create these goals. If you're struggling, like, I don't even know, like, I love the framework, but like, how do I implement it? That's where you're going to want to check out the Hyperfocus Treehouse, because we do this every single month, along with a whole bunch of other support that you can get, including accountability. No, do not run from accountability. Accountability is good, especially when it's motivating and encouraging, okay? It's not shame-based, no judgment, no nothing. So if you want to check that out, that is also linked below. I have talked about a whole lot of things. Why? Because you need the community, the army, essentially, to be able to keep you moving forward and encouraged, because we experience high and low energy days all the time, which means these goals are going to be even harder to achieve on those low energy days. But if you have a community or someone that you can go to that will help you move through that on a consistent basis, or even just be there to give you some grace or give you the support you need to continue moving, you are going to feel so much more supported than if you were just doing this alone. Now, my goal is to always make these things super simple to understand. It is one of my superpowers to be organized, productive, and breaking things down into simplicity. And so I hope that setting these 3 goals allows you to run forward with an even more consistent plan for your business and for your life, and so we don't neglect all the things. If you are like, I just need the extra support, I need the next level of support, go ahead and check out some of the resources below, and we will go ahead and get you supported, okay? So if you have any questions about anything at all about being productive as an ADHD entrepreneur, whether that be in your business, your personal life, your household, all those things, go ahead and drop them below. If I haven't created a video, I'll go ahead and create it. And make sure if you haven't subscribed yet, you subscribe, because I drop one new video every single week about productivity as an ADHD entrepreneur in your business, your household, or your life.